You're gonna open up the
Yes, to the floor first. Just
so if any questions.
okay. All recording material at the front. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us at this post-match press with our head coach, John Plumtree. I'm going to open the floor for questions first here before I go online. Gavin Rich, go ahead.
It must be nice to get the win and to get the 5 points and stabilize a bit. And you know, if you've got 5 weeks now to build for the next game, so that's very good for you. Yeah. But you still don't look, still don't look elated.
No, yeah, and it's sort of, yeah, I have to have a look at it again, but there was just moments in the game where we looked like we were going to open them up, and it was either an offload didn't stick or a pass wasn't quite made. So yeah, we still look a little bit like a side that's hasn't gelled properly, and we don't look totally collective at the moment. We also struggled a little bit for fast ball. They thought the Scarlets were really good at slowing our ball down. The addition of those big forwards that they put in from last week, obviously Sting Lousy and Jake Ball, and added a lot of power to their pack. And quite often they held our runners up and that, so we didn't quite get the fast ball that we wanted. And yeah, we looked like we started well, but we conceded soft tries, just not exiting out well, drop ball and a kickoff not fielded or something like that. So we just not quite accurate enough, and we seem to be putting ourselves under pressure through lack of execution, especially in the back half of our field, particularly in the first half. So it was one of our big focuses this week, Gavin, we thought we could score tries, but we had to exit out well, and we didn't nail that. So just shows you how important in the game of rugby, when you do score, that you're accurate getting back out of your half. If you don't, you put yourself back under pressure. So, but I have to, give Scarlets some credit. I thought they were really good tonight. They were, you could see they were, I don't know, they were really up for it physically, and, they wanted to show up tonight. That team's under pressure back at home to, keep their franchise in place. So they're playing for a lot, and I thought their Costi, the little 10, I thought he was bloody outstanding. And how he's not the Welsh squad, I'm not sure, but anyway, thought they were good.
But you sort of you'd score a try, and then there would be that moment of sloppiness you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that naturally sort of gives the opposition air, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just it happened last week as well. Ulster scored within 2 phases. It's just, we've just got to sort out why that's happening. But yeah, like I say, it won't be for a while. But I think, yeah, it's trying to get some rhythm in the team. That's the challenge, as you know, Gav. So you just got to take the win and move on.
But you've got 5 weeks now. Rusty's left out some players. Some might actually probably still go because they're Statline.
Yeah.
Young Henry Vessels is injured, for instance.
Yeah.
He's suspended. But you must be relieved to now have this 5 weeks, because you've got more guys back like Jordan, and you're going to get Jason Jenkins back. You're going to get
Melvin Hayden.
Yeah, you're going to get sort of cattle back.
That's right.
Yeah. But you got some big cattle coming back.
Yeah.
So you must be looking forward to this month to at least possibly stay to work on those things you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely. When we play Connacht next game up, we'll see. We'll look at selection there. Obviously, the box will still be an island, so we can use players there. But then I think there's a Wales test that same weekend, so we'll just see what happens. But yeah, we do need to get some of those bodies, back. It was a little bit of a disruptive preparation, losing Siam Suku at captain's practice yesterday, and then Vincent Cork in the warm up. So I was really proud of the way Lee Marvin stood up and Madunda come off the bench. And I thought Johnny Smith played pretty well, controlled proceedings pretty well. 1 or 2 little errors he won't be happy with, but in general, I thought he didn't too bad tonight.
Any other questions on the floor? Let's go with Brendan and then come to.
John, you were saying that because the box are up north for that last meeting against Wales and you're playing Connacht, you might be able to use a couple of players that won't play that weekend. Can you just explain the communication process to yourself at Rusty and the Springboks and how they keep you updated of who might be available and when they're available? Because it's obviously difficult for you to know exactly who you can play when and will be available.
Yeah, I mean, it's Neil handles that through their manager. That's sort of the communication lines. It's not really coaches to coaches. Yeah, it's can be a little bit hit and miss, but
Okay, congratulations on the win, coach. I know today it's a big game and we won the game and everybody has relaxed over that. So now we are coming to the performance itself. If we're looking at the performance that you're doing today, do you feel maybe the gelling of the players that were coming from the Springbok and coming now on the game, do you think now they're starting to gel and now we are going through the 5-week breaks? Some of the players will go out with the Springbok also. Do you think also it might cause also instability when they come back?
I don't know, mate. We just have to see how it goes. Like a lot can happen now in the next 5 weeks. It's going to be some challenges when we finish the November break. But it's like Gavin said, we need to get a group of guys to prepare for Connacht without Springboks, and I'll use Springboks if they're available and if they're lightly raced. If the guys they're up north for a long time, and this time of the year up north it's difficult because it's windy and it's cold and wet and there's a lot of hotel time. So we'll just have to see how each individual copes with the time away from home.
Yes, I have. Coach, I just want to know what aspect of your play are you most happy with, that you feel that this is a building block, this one aspect I don't have to worry so much about going forward?
I'm really pleased with the way the forwards are scrummaging. I'm happy with some of our forward play around our driving lineouts. I think we've improved a lot in that area. I think Warren Whiteley and Philip Lemo are doing a good job in that space. It's it's sort of hard to look for too many positive. I know how much better we can play than that, So yeah, we just don't look like a side that's really clicking yet. And it's been a little bit of a combination thing. We've had to use different 10s this year, and we haven't got Jordan back up to speed yet. So our playmakers around Sear and Jordan and Jean Smith all played 10 this year. So we haven't really got going in that space. The backs probably really haven't clicked yet. So yeah, when we get it all together, we'll be good. But it's like I say, you're not going to see it for a while.
Coming online, are there any questions online? If there's no questions online, media, thank you for your